1, we have Jordan answered 80% of the questions correctly. And what they're looking for is what fraction of the questions did he get right? You answered 80%. What they want you to do is put this 80%. They want you to make sure that you understand that 80% means 80 per 100. And we can reduce this 80% into 8/10, or dividing by 2, 4/5. So the percent that this person got correct was 4 out of 5, or 4/5. This next one is, which is the closest estimate to 447.777 divided by 45? And if we look at this, 447.77, 477.777. We're going to divide this by 45.23. First thing we can do is ignore these decimal points. By the scale of the numbers, they really don't have any effect on this. And we can round this up. We can round this 477. We can round that up to 500. 477. We can bring that up to 500. It's approximately equal. It's only 33 or 23 away from 500. And 45 we can round up to 50. So it just becomes 500 divided by 50. And we get here 5 divided into 50 equals 10. So our correct answer here would be A, 10. Take a look at this. This is 40.32. 40 and 32 hundredths times 5. And they want us to give the answer to this. So, well, what's 40 times 5? 40 times 5 is 200. So we can get rid of these two answers right here. 40 times 5 is 200. But 5 times 3.2. Well, 5 times 0.32 is going to be 0, 15, 16. So it's 1.6. So we can add that 5 times 40 is 200 and add 1.6. And we come up with an answer of 201.6. And that happens to be letter D on our answer sheet. Let's move on. Take a look at number 4. Arrange the following from least to greatest. It probably would be pretty convenient if we put these into all. We notice that we have 1, 2. We have 2 of these in decimal form. Probably be easy if we put. It'd probably be easier, cleaner if we put these all into decimal form. So we'll put this 4.5. We'll make that into a decimal, and we'll make this into a decimal. And we'll make this 4 1/4. We'll make this into a decimal. Now I think it's pretty simple. You can see that this will be ranked as number 1, 4.5. This will be ranked as number 2. This one will come in at number 3. This will come in at number 4. And this one will come in at number 5. And that's, you have to find out what the answer would be on the corresponding to your answer sheet. They're ranked in order. Let's take a look at this. This is not a number line problem. Point M is graphed on the number line below. What is its location? First thing to do with this is to notice that firstly, at 0 here, I'm going to go to the right. So this is a positive number. And the next thing to notice is that each of these is divided, each of from 0 to 1, as an example, is divided into 3. So there's these little areas here are 1/3. This would be 2/3. This would be 3/3, and you have number 1. And all of these, 0 to 1 is divided into 3s. 1 to 2 is divided into 3s, and 2 to 3 is divided into 3s. And if we look here, we can see that M is at the 2/3 mark, and it is at 2 and 2/3. That's your right answer. 2 and 2/3 on this one. The next, Michael bought a 4-pound package of ground beef for $11.56. What is the cost per pound? Well, we can figure this out. I would suggest you take something like this and you say 11.56. Well, what's that close to? It's awfully close to. What's it close to, which is divisible by 4? Well, it's awfully close to 12. $12. And if we take that $12 and divide it by 4, we end up with around $3. Well, exactly $3. But you see, we're doing this as this is 11.56 is, we're approximating it to be $12. So if we look here at the answer, we're going to be around $3. The only one of these that's anywhere close to $3 is letter B. And that is our answer for that, letter B. Moving on, let's take a look. This is use a map. Using a map, the distance from Clarion to Du Bois is 2.5 inches on the map. The actual distance is 40 miles. The distance from Du Bois to Ridgeway is 1.5 inches on the map. What is the actual distance in miles from Du Bois to Ridgeway? Well, we're told that this is 40 miles. And this represents 2.5 inches. But this is 1.5 inches. Yeah, I was having trouble. I had to reorient the board. From Clarion to Du Bois, we're told it's 40 miles. And we're also told that this distance on the map is 2.5 inches. We're told that from Du Bois to Ridgeway is, on the map, it's 1.5 inches. We want to find out what the distance is from Du Bois to Ridgeway, and we want it in miles, the actual mile from Du Bois to Ridgeway. Well, let's take a look at these answers here, see if we can eliminate something. If you look here, you can see that 40 miles from Clarion to Du Bois is 2.5 inches, and Du Bois to Ridgeway is 1.5. So we can easily get rid of these two answers, 66 and 2/3, because our distance here, 1.5 inches, is less than 2.5 inches. So it's going to be less than 40. If you notice here, A, if you look at it, A is 1/4, it's roughly 10 miles, so it's 1/4 of the 40-mile total distance. So it can't be A, because 1/4 of 2.5 would be around 3/4. But our distance here is 1.5. So the answer here is 24. It's just 24. Doreen had 15 yards of string. She used 11 feet of string to tie up some boxes. What is the total length of the string Doreen has left? So she started with 15 yards. And it'd be handy to know if 15 yards times 3 feet is 45 feet. And she used, let's see, 11 feet. So that brings us to, she has 34 feet left. And if we divide that by 3 feet for every yard, we end up with 11 1/3 yards, which is 11 yards and 1 foot. Another way that you can do this is just by inspecting the answers. She started out with 15 yards and she used 11 feet. Well, this is too much. This is too little. So it's going to be either of these two. 11 yards 1 foot or 9 yards 1 foot. But if we're using 9 yards, that would be 9 yards, 15 yards in the beginning, 9 left. That would be, she used 6 yards. So 6 yards is closer to 18 feet. So we can see that the answer again here is letter B, just by inspecting this, not getting too deep into figuring out exactly what the problem is. A lot of times you can look at these answers. I strongly urge you on your test to read the problem, number one. Number two, find out what exactly the problem is asking, and then look, before you even answer, start to figure out what the problem is. Please look at the answers and try and think of how the answers relate to the problem. And you'll find that many times, just by a process of elimination, you'll come up with the correct answer without doing a whole lot of math.